Get your pencils, grab your paints, collect anything you consider art supplies. It's time for Art Smackdown, the game show that makes art the cutthroat competition it should be. This week's contestants are two-time best artist in the world, Maida Gary, last week's audience champion, Chris Wilcoxon, and contender, Gary DeNoia, with celebrity guest, Chris Duffy. With me, Mark Stetson, and your hosts, Micah Sherman and Ethan T. Berlin.
Hello and welcome to Artistic Smackdownery. Ethan, your microphone remains
Hold on, I had to...
muted.
Oh, we're using the full name of the show.
100% full name of the show. Hello, everybody.
Hi, guys. Oh, they can't hear Micah or me, and I am very important.
You can't hear me?
I hear you.
How about now?
You can't
Try it
hear
again.
me?
We're all quiet.
Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Yeah?
I hear you. You sound great.
Yeah? We're quiet.
You're like balls deep in volume.
Mark,
Yeah.
turn us up, baby. Turn
better.
it.
We're good.
This is Art Smackdown, baby. Jack it to the ceiling.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, then.
Schwarzenmark can't hear me, and he's my number one fan.
Yeah, and Life is Nice said that he was startled just now, so clearly something is loud enough to
I'm
startle
glad
him.
that our opening bit worked, where we pretended that our audio was down just to get the audience going, involved.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how we
Very
do it. We
smooth.
reel you in, and then
Yeah.
we startle you.
Yeah.
Ethan, what's wrong with you this week?
I got real sad about the start of school, back to school this week.
Oh, yeah, you got kids.
I got
that,
kids, and just, I didn't anticipate that they were going to go to school.
You didn't?
Ever again?
No, just one a long time ago. When we were thinking of having kids, I didn't imagine them going to school. And then my wife
It's a
is
rude
a
awakening.
schooler. She's pro school, so we're doing it.
Are they zooming on the roads to school or zooming on the informational superhighway to school?
Until someone gets COVID, they are going in person.
Oh, look out.
Yeah.
Well,
Watch out.
And they
be
get
very careful.
there's a questionnaire we have to fill out every morning that's basically like, hey, do you have COVID? And then if you answer yes, the kid can't come in that day.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So what's wrong with you, Micah?
Howdog wants to know, do they have to wear masks?
They do have to wear masks the whole day.
Well, what's wrong with me is today I was really cranky and had a car ride scheduled with my fiance, and I just completely ruined the mood. So we went and got Cuban sandwiches, and it was unenjoyable. Whoopsie dipsy.
Were the Cuban sandwiches not good, or was it just the full experience?
It was
No, the Cuban sandwiches the taste was great. The company, being me, was unenjoyable. Little cranky, little surly, little emotionally volatile, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to get down on my knees and pray to God about that one. Well, welcome to Art Smackdown, everybody. This is the game show like Nailed It, but with art. So, how do we play, Ethan?
Sorry, I just realized I had lines. Hold on. Okay, hey, thanks for setting me up for that. Here's the deal.
My pleasure.
3 artists. We got 3 artists. We gathered them up. We found them. We plucked them. We said, are you ripe? You're in the game. We got 3 of them. We're going to give them an art challenge. We're going to give it to them. Free. It's free, I think, still. They have 20 minutes to complete it. Halfway through, we're going to say, fuck what you're doing. This is what you're doing now. We're going to compromise their vision on the wheel of compromise, and they got to do that. And then at the end, one of them gets to be the best artist in the world.
Right. But don't just sit back and relax here, people. You as an audience member have a chance to be on next week's stream. So just grab your art supplies. That means literally any art supplies that you have just laying around your house, and take the challenges along with this week's contestants. And then when you're done, take a picture of that art and email it to fartsmackdown@gmail.com. That's fartsmackdown with an F because Art Smackdown was already taken. So do this first challenge, and we might just share it on this show right now. So is everybody ready for a 30-second self-expression challenge just to get us warmed up?
Looks like Anxious Spider-Man is ready.
All right. Yeah. Who do you
Anxious
got?
Spider-Man is amped.
Hey, post in the stream right now if you're getting going. Let us know what medium you're planning on working in. We'd love to hear from you. We got some folks that are amped. Let's do this. April, Life, Anxious Spider-Man. Let's make this happen, people, now. All right. Ready? In 30 seconds, design your tombstone. Go.
And we're off.
We got some folks working with a pen and notebook. What else? Sharpies. Some farts.
I think that's us. We are farts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we are farts.
10 seconds left.
Wrongly, I thought that having people write it down while they were doing the challenge would be acceptable, but that's really not.
Ethan. And that's 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, Ethan. We don't have time for your question.
Yeah, sorry.
It was an anecdote.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah, my wife and I had to fill out our wills, and as part of that, you get to say what you want for your death. And all I put was that I wanted something funny written on my gravestone. So I was like, that's one final fuck you to her. She's like, oh shit, now I gotta write a joke. So.
Ethan, I don't really play video games. Bummed that they missed your crossword show yesterday.
We were too. We the first 30 minutes were just a moment of silence in her honor, or I've always assumed her. I don't know, but anyway.
All right, Anxious Spider-Man, take a picture of your art and then email it to us at fartsmackdown@gmail.com. I don't think there's a place on Twitch where you can post a picture in the chat. So, if there was, there would be no incentive to get emojis. All right. Is that true? Do I know how Twitch works? No, I don't. When I die, all I want is for my body to be slung as high in the air as possible. And then
how many people?
Huh?
By a machine or people?
Like one of those gym class parachutes.
Oh, that would be fun.
Like popcorn.
Kids would love that.
Do they still have those, or was that World War II surplus?
No, they still do it.
All right. Well, let's meet our contestants today. This is last week and the week before's best artist in the world. So she's been the best artist in the world for 2 straight weeks, trying to make it 3. Welcome to the stream, Maida Gary. Maida.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. Do you have any shots over the bow that you'd like to give to our to your what do you call those, Mark?
Rivals, enemies,
Rivals, that's good.
Mentors.
Yeah, well, I asked Mark.
Mentors.
But,
oh, yeah.
Okay.
Rivals, enemies, not mentors.
Good. Any words of discouragement?
Good luck. You'll need it.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Short.
Sizzling.
I appreciate brevity.
And speaking of blow, how do you spell blow?
It's like blouse without the SE.
Maida, show us what you're working with as far as a tombstone goes.
I'm so dedicated and pumped about this that this is what it's gonna be.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
definitely.
Wow.
Name's not even on there. I like that.
No.
Like, if
They
you
know.
don't know, now you know.
They
yeah,
know.
Totally. Yeah, that's smooth. I love that.
Yeah.
Maida, keep knocking them out with those American thighs. And not sure why I said that to you, but I like I like that bicycle in the background.
It's
that's
not mine.
cool.
I actually I drove from
Stole a
Atlanta to
bicycle,
Austin today.
Wait, you rode from Atlanta to Austin?
Not on that bike. I drove in a
Is
car.
that?
I'm in
legal?
it. This isn't my house.
What?
You're in
Oh,
Austin.
you're
I'm
squatting.
in Austin, Texas.
Snapdragon. Well,
Yeah. It's a real
welcome to
quick.
the capital of Texas. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much.
We'll check back in with you in a little bit.
Let's see
Let's
who
go to
else has
our,
American thighs.
Yeah, American thighs. Speaking of American thighs, let's check out some American thighs on Chris Wilcoxon, last week's audience champion. Chris, would you twerk for a while for us, like maybe 6 or 7 minutes?
I don't think I can twerk for 1 minute.
Okay, good. You got to go to twerk
I've never
class,
tried
man.
to twerk.
Whap, whap, whap. All right, let's take a look at your wet ass pussy. No, let's take a look at that tombstone of yours.
All right, so that's it. What I had going is that's what I've been reading. Dennis Taylor's "We Are Legion, We Are Bob." That has to do with death and that's AI stuff. So I firmly believe I'm going to be reincarnated, and upon that time, I'm going to live another 850 years.
Love it.
Good.
Yeah.
All
What's
right,
going to
so
finally bring it about at the next time?
I think I'm just going to get a bad firmware upgrade.
The worst.
I started hosting a podcast about death recently, and I do believe that we are in a simulation, like some kind of computer simulation, and that when you die, your memory, all of your hard drive goes up into the cloud. And then when people are reincarnated and they have memories of past lives, it's just because they didn't get mixed in too well. And
Now I'm really depressed.
Chris, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm sorry I referenced your wet ass pussy.
Oh no, that's all right.
I'm excited to see how you escalate from American thighs to wet ass pussy. What's the final one?
Gary Denoya, how's it hanging?
Hey, how's it going?
Gary, our upstart contender today. Gary, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Show us what we got here.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Dare I say, very Michelangelo of you.
Well, cowabunga, dude.
No,
I don't know if.
the art.
Oh, okay. Well,
This is Art Smackdown.
Oh, that's right. But eating pizza and making pizza is an art. And I think when I die, I just want to let people know that it was sliced to know you. And I don't want them to know how young I died due to poor eating habits. So I didn't put the age on there.
Smooth. I think it would be awesome to be walking through a cemetery and come up on a tombstone with no name, no date,
Sliced to know you.
Slices nice.
and a fresh patch of upturned soil. Just says sliced to know.
Love it.
Oh man, I'm digging it, you guys. Well, these are great. Well, Gary, we'll see you in a little bit, and best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Ethan, what do you say? Should we get things started?
Hey, you hear that noise? That's my get the thing started detector siren.
Oh,
That was all one
Insane.
sentence.
I think that was all one word.
Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it started. Come on, let's rip this one open.
Mark, are you ready with the timer?
Oh man, I'm so ready.
Tight.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, the way we do things here is our guest celebrity judge will commission a piece of art for the three contenders. And that commission is as follows. Now, you at home, play along now, and send us a picture when you're done. All right. Ready? Do a self-portrait of yourself doing a self-portrait. So let's meet our audience. I mean, not our audience contender. He's our celebrity judge. He's a writer who's written for The New Yorker and Wyatt Cenac's Problem Areas on HBO, and is the host of the You're the Expert podcast. Subscribe to his weekly Three Things newsletter at chrisduffycomedy.com. It's Chris Duffy.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hey, man. Welcome.
Thanks so much for having me. What a great show already. I love popping up on top of the graphics here so that it looks like I have little horns over here. If I go like this, you can see that like the top of my hands are the little, can you see? Does it look like I have the top of a paintbrush for my hand now?
Yeah,
and the top
that's
of a
exactly.
pencil?
Yeah, actually, here, I'll help you out.
Mhm.
There you go. That's there. Now you're in it.
I'm a little crab, an art crab. I'm an art crab. Anyway, thanks for having me here. It'll be more jokes like that mostly.
I can't wait.
I heard the siren detector go off and I popped on.
Sorry if it was too loud.
Yeah, it was quite loud.
Yeah, could we turn the volume down, Mark, on Ethan's Let's Get Ready SirenDetector.com?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it.
Chris, actually, when we started this show, you were one of the first guys I talked to because you do quite a few game shows yourself, including You're the Expert, which you've asked me to do a couple of times, and I never have been able to do it. And I want to do it as soon as we're in the same place at the same time.
It's true. We did it for 7 years, and then we stopped doing it, and now it's too late.
You're not doing it anymore?
No, it kind of was in an in-person thing, and there's the whole deadly pandemic. I'm not sure if you're aware.
What? What's that?
Oh, sorry. I've said too much. I've said.
Spoiler alert! Mark's been in a soundproof room.
Oh, well, beautiful room.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And yes, I love the show. It's already great. You all are so fun and funny, and love seeing your tombstones. I love that a person is commenting in the chat whose name is Life is Nice, and then the first thing you did was make them draw their own tombstone. Life might be nice, but it doesn't last forever. Life is nice.
Speaking of Life is Nice, this is a very nice commission that you've suggested. So what inspired this MC Escher Snake Eating Its Tail Rockwell Las Meminas Arnolfini homage commission?
Well, I think you kind of actually covered all of my inspirations right there. It was kind of all of those together, Escher, M. Dolfini homage. But what I was thinking is, okay, these are the greatest artists in the world. Well, what do we want to see? We want to see them. But we want to see them doing what they love, which is making art of themselves. So that's kind of how I came up with this. Also, I saw a funny photo online of someone who drew a self-portrait, and I thought, I bet these artists can do a funnier version than that. So that's how it happened.
Are you a fan? I feel like that Rockwell one is like the seminal.
That's what I was thinking, Mike. I was just thinking about that one.
Actually, my favorite, one of my favorite artists, like my serious answer is David Shrigley, who is so funny and hilarious, and I love his work. And he has a bunch of very funny self-portraits that I think are great. And a lot of his stuff is in the ballpark of this show, I think. Like my favorite one of his is I watch as Ape Man strangles Invisible Child. And it's just like an ape man going like this. It's great. It's very funny and good. David Shrigley is one of my favorite artists. So this feels in his world.
I've also been enjoying funny cartoons recently. Speaking of, what's essential to include in a self-portrait? I mean, these artists need to know so that they do this commission correctly.
You're definitely going to want to self yourself. So that's important, right? Self-portrait, yourself is going to be a big part of that. I would say, people can interpret this broadly. I would normally think your corporeal form is going to be a key part of this. And
body?
Yeah, your body. We're gonna want to see body or face or hands somehow, I guess. I would say that's pretty much it for self-portrait, what's required. And then we're gonna want to see the other level, which is you creating that. That's what I'm looking for.
Gotcha. So you're gonna want to see some kind of art.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna want to see whatever the canvas is. Could be a piece of paper. Maybe we're drawing on a stretched canvas. Maybe this is a self-portrait of working on an iPad or another tablet device. Okay. I'm going to want to see what the media is.
So I do have a question. Is it necessary for realism here? Do you have to be does it have to be a self-portrait of yourself doing this self-portrait, or can it be yourself doing a self-portrait at another time or a hypothetical time?
I'm gonna say for sure hypothetical or other time is fine. Yeah, doesn't have to be this
Okay,
time. Yeah, I think that's. I'm not sure that that's what I would have meant when I said realism is important, but I will say that.
Okay. And what style of art would you do your own self-portrait?
Oh, I'm a really astonishingly horrible artist, so I would definitely do it in the style of outsider art, which is you can do it so that it's not. It doesn't conform to the the insider, the classical painting style, and then people will say it's good. Mostly if they find it after I have died or after some kind of horrible thing has happened to me, is my understanding of how my art.
Okay, so you do
could
it in a
also do
posthumous
something
style.
horrible.
That's true. Yes, for sure. I
Yeah.
think if I committed a horrific crime, my art would become a lot more valuable, and maybe it would be the only way my art could become more valuable.
Mike is a big fan of the clown murder man.
Wait, who's this?
What's his
John
name?
Wayne
John Wayne Gacy, the clown murder man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they didn't catch him. It was on his website.
Clownmurderman.org.
Yeah.
Clownmurderman.org.
Probably because he was masquerading as a nonprofit.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't stop this guy. The government can't interfere in his affairs. It's an organization.
Yeah. I do like John Wayne Gacy though, and his paintings go for a pretty penny these days.
Who makes the money on
Actually-
those? Now, is it like when when OJ sold his book, the money didn't go to OJ?
Who did it go to?
I think it went to his victims' families.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think he owes his victims' families a lot of money because of the civil lawsuit.
Yeah.
Right.
So what about if you're a serial killer and you sell your art for a lot of money, who is that going to? Is it getting split evenly? I'm obviously asking you, Ethan, because it
Yeah.
seems
I mean, listen, the book deal's still being worked on, but at this point, I'm not looking to get any of it. I just like to be an author.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean,
Speaking
I
of,
admire your work.
Ethan, I've got a pre-order in for your children's book.
Boom. Not about murder.
No,
Guys, my
it's,
second kids book is coming out next March. You can pre-order it right now where you pre-order books. I Am Not a Dog Toy. It's the story of a teddy bear that wants to be a kid toy, but the kid doesn't want the teddy bear, and the family dog does. And the teddy bear has to realize what's important in friendship.
I love that. That sounds
Thanks.
great. When does it come out?
I don't know, probably like March 23rd or something.
What an incredibly specific probably date.
Yeah,
The
this is
chat-
my guess.
The chat's giving us some information on killers making money or not making money off of their crimes. Sound Squeeze saying there are Son of Sam laws and the convicted criminals can't make money off of a crime they were convicted for. I don't really play video games. Killers can't profit off their killing like legal. And Hal Dog said, I don't think they're allowed to profit off their crimes, but paintings aren't part of the crime, so maybe...
I like that was a
That goes.
spectrum of opinions of how much killers are allowed to profit. It started at they're not at all, and then people started slowly finding the loopholes. the chat is working on how to get killers profits.
Yeah, I think our chat is like 75% lawyers,
Yeah.
and then 25% barristers.
Yeah.
Definitely read hardcore murderers in the chat.
Speaking in the chat, does Henry Zabrowski own a John Wayne Gacy clown painting? I feel like he does. Can somebody tell me I'm right or wrong?
I mean,
because I'm going to break into his home and steal it.
I mean, that would be on brand. According to Anxious Spider-Man, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
He does. He does.
Yeah. Because Henry's been able to make money in entertainment, and I am currently on unemployment.
He
So,
might be on unemployment too.
Hal Dog makes a really good point that they're all true crime fans because most of them are also Last Podcast and The Left fans, which
Yeah.
also makes sense. So,
and Mark, do we have any pictures from the chat that we can share before it's time to compromise our art, or is it time to compromise our art?
it is time to compromise our art in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Compromise.
Do we have the wheel? I really hope we have the wheel.
Do we have the wheel?
Hey,
We got the wheel.
Chris, you
We
gotta
have the
check
wheel.
this wheel out, dude.
I'm excited for this wheel. I can't wait to see it.
Oh man, you're gonna lose your shit once you see this fucking wheel.
I've been strapped to the wheel of compromise my whole life, but never able to get a glimpse. So I'm glad to finally see it.
All right, here we go. Look at that wheel go.
Whoa.
Right over his face.
There we go. You know,
The compromise is to feature your own face prominently in a self-portrait of you
Yeah.
doing a self-portrait.
All right, so it's got to be like a caricature, I guess.
What is that?
Wow.
What is the compromise? What? I'm
It's
an
like
old
a-
man. What?
arguably
basically-
not much of a compromise.
It's arguably not a compromise.
I
at
think we
all.
gotta respin it.
Yeah, you got to read
Arguably,
that,
I
Mark.
gave such a compromised prompt that it was compromised from the start. There was no vision from the start.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Spin two.
yeah, we got to spin that
And
again. We gotta have a longer prep meeting.
in the words of James Brown, make it funky.
Okay, it's got to be a super funky self-portrait of yourself doing a
It's not fair for
self-portrait.
Chris Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon?
Make it funky.
Because he's already
Make it
pretty funky.
Yeah, well,
This picture's already funky.
this is going to be challenging for Gary because I know for a fact that he snaps on the ones and threes.
Oh, what a sick jazz burn. I love it. Oh, that one. That's for all the jazz heads in the house, baby. Ones and threes. Take it home. Micah Sherman. Oh, no.
Scuba da bop.
Oh, you snap on the ones and the threes. Might as well just go home.
All right, Mark, what do we got? What can we take a look at a tombstone?
Yes. Yeah. I'll show you three. I'll show you
That's,
three.
that's way too many. Show us
Actually,
four.
we may have gotten more. Did we get more? Okay, yeah. We got three.
Yeah,
We'll
show us a few.
Hey, Micah.
Our
what's
first
happening?
one.
Were you on Ethan's television workshop? No, you weren't. When Naomi Ekperigan, were you on with her?
No.
She wanted to do a show where it was like a makeover show, but for corpses. And there was a big discussion over whether that would be allowed on air.
So
Why wouldn't that
here
be
we have-
allowed on air?
I don't know if you're allowed to show dead people, like real dead people.
This is a great. I love this tombstone.
What's the second? It's too small. I'm an old man. He sucked. He was sad.
He sucked. He was sad. Gage. Fucking dork.
I love it. That's I can tell by the style that that's Life is Nice.
Oh, 100% life is nice.
Yeah.
Gauge as in an ear gauge.
No, I
As
think
in,
that's the spot where the gauge would, like the tire gauge is going to be inserted so that you can drive your car up and check your tire pressure.
Oh, that's cool. I like that it's functional.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, this person sucked, but their tombstone is like actually pretty practical.
Oh,
Yeah.
his name. Yeah, life is nice. Name is Gage.
Oh,
There we go. Gage,
so
I like.
apparently,
In that case, I like that Gage put only the bare minimum biographical information on. Again, not when they were born, not when they died, but not last name, just one name. Gage.
well, there's two things I can tell by Lorian's tombstone. One is that she was crushed by a bookshelf, and two is that in the future we're not going to know what year it is.
oh shit, that's bleak. That means civilization is done.
Yeah, that means it's
I do want to point out something very hopeful about this tombstone, which is that not only do they not know what year it will be, but they don't even know what millennium it will be.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's not a 2 and then question mark, question mark, question mark. It's like maybe it's a 3 or a 4. Maybe we're in the year 4000 by the time Lorian dies.
I hope so.
Yeah.
This bitch.
And this one is April 5K.
Yeah, I could have told you that.
What up, April?
Wow.
Well, welcome back, April. We missed you the past couple.
Always a pleasure to see April 5K.
Judged by a ghost. Love that.
I would like one that says this bitch, and then like sometimes there's like statues of angels, but like a statue of angels snapping on top of this bitch.
Snapping on the ones and threes.
Yes.
But yeah,
Well,
those are.
So I was recently at a cemetery
Okay.
for my
Bragging.
wife's birthday.
Whoa, yeah, hey.
From the basement to the cemetery. Crazy life, Ethan.
And there was a number of people who had like their spouse had obviously died, but next to it there was the living spouse's name that said birth year and then dash, and then there was an empty space. And I was thinking I wouldn't like that because I would just be constantly thinking about that, like, oh, when's it gonna get filled in? Is it today? Is it today? But I wanted to get other people's takes. Would you like that or not like that?
I personally would not. It wouldn't change my awareness of mortality that there was a space on the tombstone because I already know that I'm going to die. So that's
you already knew.
Yeah. So for me, it just seems like a time saver. What I would want to do though is fill in I want to fill in, like, start with the millennium for sure. Then I'd want to keep going in as like I close in, right? Like for sure, I'm not going to live another 100 years. Okay. We got 2, we got 0. Then as I start getting older, let's maybe fill in the decade. And then we close.
Yeah, as the decades switch, you're like, I'm 90 or yeah.
We're not getting another decade. Let's put that number on there. That's what I want.
I got a question for you. How many tombstones today in the world contain the textual emoji colon or semicolon with an end parentheses or an open parentheses? Like the smiley face or the happy face, but T9
And
texting.
I've defaced a couple with that, but
Either you go in and you put smiley faces on the tombstone.
yeah, it's to counter all the people who do like anti-Semitic grave destruction. I'm like, fuck this. We're gonna make these happier. Yeah. Anti-racist.
You just go around with a Sharpie writing anti-racism on.
Yeah. I'm gonna live in the suburbs. There's not a lot to do here.
Yeah, no, I know.
Are you allowed to put a window on your tombstone?
Yeah.
A window to the other side, or the other side?
Yeah, it's called a mausoleum, Chris.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yep. I just
No,
think that's pretty cool.
I think that there are. I don't know that any of them have drapes though.
But also, I like the idea of a tombstone that you could just see straight through it. It's not you inside. It's just a tombstone, and there's just a little window to the other side, as Ethan said.
It'd be cool if there was a mirror.
Oh, I like that.
And then underneath it, it said, "This is you."
Confused? It's your face.
Ah!
And then it says, "This bitch."
90 seconds, artists. 90 seconds.
Oh man, we are running out of time. Hey,
we did get one more submission of a tombstone. You guys want to see it?
Slap it up. While Mark's doing that, Chris, tell me, if you're gonna do a caricature of yourself, what features are you accentuating?
Me?
Yeah, I guess the short question is, what are you self-conscious about?
I've never had a beard before. Literally, this is the first time in my life I grew a beard, and I grew it the past 2 months. So I think I would probably go huge beard in my caricature. I'm going to be big beard.
That's a solid Cat Stevens Yusuf Islam beard, man.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm changing my name, but people don't recognize me from my old name. So for fame purposes, I'll also still use the old name as well.
Go.
Yep.
All right.
Really quick, Anxious Spider-Man sent this one.
Nice job. That's great. I really like that. I can tell that the mouth is a window.
Yes, definitely.
And the eyes are 2 doorknobs. It's like, you want to come in here?
There must be rules, right? You can't put a dick on your gravestone.
I don't think there's rules. I think you got to just find a cool graveyard that'll let you do it.
And we're a real 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Art supplies, Dune.
Look at that. Chris has 1.5 of his hands up.
Oh yeah. Gary, let's see him. All right, looking good, guys. Well done, guys, and everybody. Everybody, all guys matter. Focus,
I
Michael.
think you want to backtrack on that one quick.
Yeah.
That didn't
no
make it better.
No guys matter. All right. So where? Oh yeah. So audience, email your
deed to your house.
Pictures. Email the deed to your house to fartsmackdown@gmail.com, and we would love to have you on the stream next week. So let's have a little looky-loo, shall we? Are you ready, Chris?
Yeah, I
right.
can't wait. I'm excited.
Cool. So the way it's going to work.
I'm standing.
You're standing. I just realized you're standing. Are you at a standing desk?
No, my desk has a shelf, so I put it up here because otherwise it's really low.
Okay. All right. Sorry. I noticed when people are standing or sitting.
This is the alternative. So I figured that, for an art show, we need something beautiful.
You know what? We can all have a standing desk. Okay.
Yes. If you stand, it becomes a standing desk.
I can't stand right now because I have a baby tee on. I don't feel comfortable. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Chris, what art? Somebody art.
Chris, so the way this is going to work is we're going to take a look at each one. Feel free to ask questions. We'll go through. And then the three artists are going to hold up their pieces or display their pieces. Chris, you're probably going to display your piece, right? Chris Wilcoxon? Yeah, cool. And then we'll talk it out. You'll choose the greatest artist that's ever existed.
Sounds great.
All right, let's start with the current greatest artist existing today, Maida Gary.
Hi.
First of all, Maida, how was this for you?
Honestly, in the spirit of Labor Day, I feel like there was a lot of pretty intense emotional labor that went into a self-portrait from like a pretty metaphysical standpoint.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said it many times.
It did feel like you had a natural advantage in that, a meta portrait.
Yeah. Except I try to stay away from that analogy because that's not how it's pronounced, but that's how everyone always pronounces it for my whole life. And I'm always like, it's Maida. But then I end up just being like, yeah, I'll answer to that. That's fine. So.
My name's Steve.
And everyone calls you Ethan.
I know. I just, after a certain point, you're like, fuck.
You try to correct them. Yeah. It's like, fine. Yeah, sure.
Sure, it's Ethan.
That's fine.
Great.
Okay.
I always tell people my name is pronounced Honky. And they can't seem to get it right. They're like sounding it out, and I'm like, no, it's much easier than this.
All right. So I feel like this challenge is more about the self-reflexiveness than about the product. So this is me making a self-portrait. This is a self-portrait of me making a self-portrait. So it's from the standpoint of the canvas. And this is me hesitantly not able to make a mark because of self-doubt, right? And so you're sitting in front of this empty canvas and it's like, let me reveal the self, right? Which again, I'm trying to be like pretty timely with Emotional Labor Day. And the self-portrait is like to really delve inside the psyche and put it into visual form is probably like the most intensive emotional labor that one can do. You can see that in my strife, to get somewhere. I got pretty funky in this. Like you can see how I look now. It's like pretty basic, right? But it's like you start trying to you're like, who, like, can I beef this up? Self-portrait. So you can see I put on these like pretty funky glasses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been on stage with fuck.
Bono.
Nope.
Bono?
We
Parliament
clatter.
Funkadelic.
Bono.
Yes.
AC
Parliament, yeah. And I feel like I
Nice.
took a lot of inspiration from those costumings, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You
You've
can
been on stage with George Clinton?
Yes, and Michael, you very well may have been there. It was in Athens. And
Oh no, I was drinking.
George Clinton grabbed me and he goes, "Yeah."
That's
And I
all
was
he has
like,
to say.
That's weird, but okay. And it's pronounced Maida. So
He's trying to sound out your name tag. Yeah.
listen, the record scratched, right? It's just like, no, the E sounds like an A. I'm sorry, it's like this long thing.
He flips up those transition lenses.
Like,
yeah.
You can see the tongues out in like concentration, which is a thing I do a lot. The shirt got pretty funky too.
Funky.
And yet still the hesitation, right? Like, what is the self? So this is like, it's pretty philosophical. I got pretty deep. I hope that you can handle it.
Funk gets pretty philosophical.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I think it's I think it's right on point.
Chris, if you have questions, hit her up. Maida, people are wanting to know what medium you used.
This is, so I started in a pencil. First of all, this is in my sketchbook because, again, I drove to Austin today. And I don't have, so I brought a sketchbook and some colored pencils with me to Austin. And I had one thicker pen. So this is colored pencil and marker with like some like mechanical pencil shading.
Sweet.
It's really
Yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very smooth. Chris, thoughts?
I love this. I think it's so great. I mean, a few things that I love just right off the top. The coining of the holiday emotional Labor Day. Love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
From now on, I will always call it emotional Labor Day. Love
Same.
that. I love taking this prompt and making it a portrait from the point of view of the portrait itself. I mean, I love that because it's like we asked for a portrait of a self-portrait and you said, no, you are the self-portrait.
Yeah.
You look from the self-portrait because you are the self-portrait. And I love that.
And really that gets back to again, which I try to sometimes downplay, but like how meta is that again?
It is. That is so meta. I would say.
It's
That was meta.
very meta.
Very
Yeah.
meta.
Very metaphysical.
So
Very metaphysical. I also just
Bono.
I absolutely love the compromising your vision by adding funky glasses is so. I mean,
And the
vision-
shirts.
what I like about that is it is the funky glasses specifically. You took it and you compromised your vision on several levels because you are now unable to see because you're not wearing prescription glasses. You're wearing funk glasses. So I think you really compromised your vision in a way that is satisfying.
It very literally compromised my vision.
Yes, literally and figuratively, you compromised your vision and got funky.
Funk colored glasses.
That's funk colored glasses. And I also love that the S of self-doubt at first I thought was either a snake or a road leading out of the back of your head. And I love that.
Sure.
I love that.
That's a great way of describing self-doubt as a road leading out of the back of your head.
Very
Oh,
metaphysical again.
Yeah.
Whoa. Emotional Labor Day.
Emotional Labor Day. Hello.
Well, up and down emotional Labor Day, everyone. Let's see. You know what I like about it is that it looks like Janine Garofalo in a teen comedy, unsure of whether or not she should try marijuana for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, the marker doubles as a joint. Also, have you seen
Totally.
me and Janine Garofalo in the same place at the same time?
I haven't.
I'm just
I
saying.
haven't, no, I haven't. Well, we appreciate you saying so.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll come back in just a second. Chris Wilcoxon, What you got, man?
All right. From one Chris to another, I got to tell you, I feel personally attacked by this challenge. I'm not sure if you know the storied history of this show, but you might not be aware how horrible I am at doing self-portraits. The last time this came up, I think I broke one of the judges, and he hasn't been back since. So I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. So we're going to start out with the self-portrait that my self-portrait was drawing. That's pretty crude, pretty simple. Because I had to like really tone it in, because I tend to go off the rails a little bit. And then as I kept going, something happened. And I think this was more aspirational than anything else. As I get to the rest of the canvas on my iPad, this is not my body shape by any means. But like I said, portraits aren't really my thing. And so from there, I tried to funky up the space a little bit. And I figured this is probably the wallpaper that would be on Mark Stetson's wall before the wallpaper he's got now. I am 87% certain this is what's about. So
my heart just exploded.
The 70s right there.
Oh, man.
And then for me drawing.
Chris, I might need you to send me an official design of that, and I'm turning that into a fucking wall.
Boy.
So you're going to see that the change in perspective from one self-portrait to the other, they don't mesh. Because I don't do self-portraits.
That's
but
very
I put in a good effort for it. I match my red shirt. I have a giant black chair that I do my art in normally. And I think I nailed my hair. If I had to lock down one thing, I think that's where I got it. I wasn't paying too much attention on was it supposed to be realism or caricature? So I stabbed somewhere in the dark, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm working with. And apparently I smudged a white spot in the side, so I'll see if I can get rid of that. There we go.
That's great. And nailing your hair is a really delicate task, because if you go too deep, you'll hit your brain. Chris, I'm your father, by the way. Do you have any thoughts about this? One thing that I like is the story that Mr. Wilcoxon has taken us on. There's several layers in this, which I think really it's working for me.
My jaw has dropped. If this is how you respond to a personal attack, may you be personally attacked more frequently, sir.
Yeah, you asshole.
This is so good. Also, I want to point out that the self-portrait in the self-portrait deepest in, the drawing self-portrait, is my ideal body type, right? I love that. That's my ideal body type, which is muscular up top and then genitalless T-bone at below. That's what I like. That's what I've always said, a wishbone bottom and muscles up top. Ooh, yeah.
I'm not sure if it, but
I need to get rid of that nose. No.
On the steroids?
I'm a knocking. Yeah. Oh, looks like I was wrong. There was a smudge. There's a smudge for genitals. I was wrong. There's a genital smudge. Please.
That's actually what they look like, right?
What was that?
Aren't that what genitals look? They're just like a weird smudge thing, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen mine in years.
That's normal. That's normal. Mine are pixelated like that.
Yeah, mine are actually pixelated. I've never understood why they censor, because mine are pixelated just like that as well. Oh, this is spectacular. I love the little casual funk on the wallpaper. Oh, I love this. I love funky mouth. Great funky mouth. Love it. I mean, this is the scale, the journey, the fact that it is a psychedelic voyage into this piece of art and back out. And I loved every piece of it. I was speechless. And then I found speech.
Well done, Chris. You've impressed the commission and the commissioner. All right. Let's take a look at Mr. Gary DeNoya's art project.
All right. So first off, this takes place in the future. So
Funky.
Can we see it all, or should I? Let me turn it this way now. Okay, so here's what we got. Can we see everything?
Oh yeah.
I see everything.
So in the future, pretty much like art, people want to destroy it. So all of the art is collected and turned into a place called Museum Town. And here is in the Museum Town is the Galleria di Pizzeria. And here we have a self-portrait of the artist Gary DeNoia. As we all know, he was like the Banksy, but with like Slice Tenoya. That was his moniker. So he loves pizza. He's a true artist, but he also loves the saxophone, which is very, very funky. It shows that he has not just a bottomless pit in his stomach, but he does have soul. I used lipstick for these. I have lipstick handy. So we have the no-no zone and the zone no-no. So you want to make sure you don't cross those ropes. And here's where things get a little bit more complicated, guys. As you see, I use a paper clip to establish a bench. And this is what appears to, who is it? Looks like me, has a man bun, has a saxophone, has pizza. But wait, this guy's dead. It's me cosplaying as myself. I'm not really dead. He's enjoying what's going on, the self-portrait of himself. Lastly, guys, who's this? He thinks this picture is his legacy, what he's leaving behind? No, this is his son. And he's like, "You're my daddy." And he sees like the picture of his dad. And that is one of the many pieces you can find in Museum Town. So.
Oh.
Wow. Wow.
Man, I'm gutted.
I mean, wow.
I just am so glad that finally someone in the media is talking about Museum Town.
Thank you.
And Gary, I think I owe you an apology. Obviously, you are snapping on the 2s and 4s. You have a saxophone.
Absolutely.
The jazziest of instruments.
It's an alto saxophone too. So I mean, like, there's a certain level of precision that you need to know to play the alto sax.
There's only 2 people in this world that can: Gary DeNoia and Kenny G.
He plays the soprano sax, the one that looks like clarinet.
Oh,
well, I'm an idiot.
Micah's talking about in private, not in public.
Yeah, you're talking about public sax.
That's a public sax. The alto is for just at home for the friends and family.
Saxophone, as Anxious Spider-Man likes to point out.
Now, Gary, I do have a small question, which is, how did your son learn to speak with such a thick Italian accent?
I think sometimes when you love pizza, the way this kid does, the feelings of joy overcome you. And sometimes it's, you express it. Some people like can yell woo like Ric Flair. This guy, his woo is an Italian accent. And he just loves the culture, and he's just, which is a happy accident, I would say.
Okay. Oh, so he doesn't speak like that all the time. That's just when he's happy to see his father. Then he goes.
Just his dad. Like he would say, I want to go to school today. What are they having for show and tell? Oh, my dad is coming for show and tell. So yeah.
Of course. Thanks. That makes that. I'm sorry that I even had to clarify. That makes so much sense. Thank you.
Some people bring objects. He brings his dad to show and tell. Because people don't believe him, and like he has that. Yeah.
I feel like one thing that I've learned in this show is just like so many different variations of how human musculature can work, because I'm just like, your legs are so buff in such an interesting way. I really
It's leg day, bro.
Well, when you stand and paint, you definitely build some one leg. He leans on that back leg, so that's why it's a little bit meatier than the other leg. Excuse me. It's a little bit meaty. The back leg's a little bit meaty. I will admit that.
Oh boy.
It's a meaty hind leg.
Oh man, I have not laughed that hard in a minute.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah, I admire it. I mean, it's almost photorealistic.
Well, if you saw me in person, my left leg is like gigantic.
I couldn't handle it. I certainly
no,
couldn't.
You wouldn't.
Yeah. I think of the many things I love here, I guess the only other one that I haven't mentioned that I love was just finding out that Banksy also has a catchphrase that he signs on each piece of art. That's all I'm
What's the Banksy?
It's me, Banksy. Slice the no, yeah.
Well, I mean, there is a video game line of it's like Super Mario. Yeah, very similar.
Well, I think we're safely out of the no-no zone and into the yes zone. So thank you.
Can I put this down now? Are we okay?
Please.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to keep that up while Chris
Okay.
Duffy makes his decision. Well, if it's one thing that I have learned at today's show, it's you're my daddy. All right. So, Maida, Mr. Wilcoxon, if you could share your screen, we'll get down to brass tacks.
Oh, this is an extremely hard decision. I honestly don't know what we're gonna pick. How can we pick between these three? These are masterpieces.
Yeah. Well, just talk it out. I mean, compare and contrast, and then
I feel like I learned about myself with Maida's. I really feel like I learned a deeper vision of myself. I took away knowledge that I'm going to take for the future. I feel like I learned so deeply about Chris in Chris's work. I said that it was a challenge to do a self-portrait and then pulled out this unbelievable, just truly spectacular self-portrait. And then obviously with Gary, I feel like I learned about the world around me, the world of the future, the world of what's possible. So I just feel like each of these was a real gift. Like I was given a gift across the board in each.
Okay, I should say too. In the chat, if you have thoughts here, let us know. Vote in the poll, and also let. We've already voted in the poll.
Wow.
You see that there, Chris?
So the poll has spoken with Chris with 4 votes and Gary with 1. Now you can choose to let that sway you or not.
Maida has received 0 votes, but keep this in mind, Maida. There are 22 viewers here, and only 5 people voted. So this is basically American democracy at work.
Oh wait,
It's highly
we've had more votes.
conceptual.
Yes.
We have more votes rolling in. So
This is
give us a second.
much like American democracy. We have a less than 50% participation rate.
Listen, if you have feelings about these, let it be known in the chat, because
Please tell us.
Chris obviously needs some help here.
God,
Look at how deep and soulful those eyes
look
are.
at these beautiful eyes. Look into each of the beautiful eyes. All 3
Look at
sets
it.
of beautiful
Can we get
eyes.
there's a lot that you can tell about a portrait by its eyes. Gary, could you zoom in on your eyes there, please? Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, it looks like the taxi driver, right?
It does look quite a lot like Travis Bickle.
You know that line, "You talking to me"?
Yeah.
That was the
talking to
originally
me?
the only line in the script.
You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? You want a
Exactly.
piece?
Well, is it time? I think I have a decision. If it's time.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
I think that I was put over the edge by him talking to me. So
Okay.
I believe that Gary is the greatest.
Oh,
Gary is the greatest artist in the
All right.
world.
whoa! What a come from
wow.
behind victory.
Man.
Wow.
Oh man.
I was not expecting that. You guys were a much better artist than I am.
Apparently
So,
not.
Apparently not.
That's not the case. Well, congratulations, Gary. Maida, I thought we were going for 3, but again, you are leaving us with the world record. The Art Smackdown. Oh man. Oh, she is.
I flew too close to the sun.
I just can't believe you have to receive this news while in Texas.
Well, on emotional Labor Day of all days.
Oh man, I am so sorry.
Like, I'd like to say this doesn't hurt, but I wouldn't be being authentic if I did.
I know. It is surprising that this is one of the stupidest shows on Twitch, and it still packs an emotional punch.
Oh, to the guts.
So
I truly cried.
Right to the guts. Chris Wilcoxon,
Upside
thank you
down
so
in
much
protest.
for joining us. I know he's flying his self-portrait flag at half-mast. But we still have a job to do here, Chris
We do.
Duffy. We need to take a look at the audience submissions, and we need to get the opinions
I
of the
do want to
artists.
say just one more time, these were
before we-
so spectacular.
Too late. You crushed their
So
dreams
good.
already.
It's too late. Well, I love them. Let's move on.
Done.
Yeah, you guys are no longer Facebook friends.
And we were at
All
the
right.
start.
Well.
All right, so Mark,
Yes.
if you would share some pictures with the television audience,
I
the
would
Twitch.tv
love to.
audience.
We've got quite a few submissions this go around.
My nose is really running. Is anybody else's nose
you
super
know
running
what?
because they laugh
You
too
know what? I
hard?
was just gonna say this. That my nose is super dry. Do you think
Really?
that some of the moisture from my nose is in your nose?
Listen, anything's possible in the multiverse, and I'm going to say
Oh.
no. I'm going to say the likelihood. Well, let me say the likelihood is slim.
I was just
to
thinking
me.
like that. You know how they say like
It's not.
the nose moisture balance in the universe always balances out.
Yes.
I've heard
Conservation
that,
of
yeah.
nose moisture is one of the fundamental laws of thermodynamics.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Actually, it is. It's certainly possible through empathy and.
Don't
What's that? Stop talking. Yeah, I got.
don't ever accuse me of empathy.
All right. Here's the first one. This is once again, Life is Nice.
Yeah, baby.
Whoa.
Funky by Life is Nice.
Make it smaller so we
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
Earth, Wind, and Fire plays in the distance. Dig it.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
I like that they're wearing a shirt that says nude.
yeah, like their crotch is blacked out.
Yeah.
Is he,
Oh,
he's a
amazing.
funky boy.
Okay.
Baby, I'm a really funky boy.
I do like funking things up by writing funky everywhere, which
Oh,
is
I love
kind of the essence of funk music. I think
Yeah.
you have to yell funk a few times and then you have a funk band.
Yeah, you have to remind everyone that it's funky multiple times throughout the song. Sometimes have that be the only lyric in the entire song.
Yes. Also,
Yeah.
you know, the fact that we have George Clinton as the son, I love that.
Yeah. It's sort of like a white guy singing reggae. You got to make sure that the word reggae is in the chorus or else nobody knows.
Yep.
This one is April 5K.
Wow.
Oh, I love a self-portrait that is seconds before the self-portrait begs to be destroyed out of kindness and mercy. Kill me.
This
Those
one,
are like, are those like, is that blood coming off of it? I mean,
It's art.
I guess it's open to whatever you want it to be.
What?
It sure looks like fire ants. I love it.
this one is, I believe, is Anxious Spider-Man.
Whoa.
But I mean, they didn't draw that; they colored it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that looks like a paint by numbers.
Mm.
Imagine if they created a paint by numbers of their own face. That would have been unbelievably impressive.
I love
that-
the audacity of submitting a paint by number.
Wait, is that a Whimsidoodles? Is that an Aubrey Vora special?
That is, oh,
I don't know if it is
Wow.
or not.
This is really beautiful.
it is really funky.
It's possible
Uh,
that this person is a koi fish, a beautiful koi.
Man, that is, the funk level on that is 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is that.
I
That
mean-
is a funky ass fish.
Play that funky music, white koi.
Oh no.
And this
Is
is.
it too late to bleep?
Oh
that?
man, no. I actually I will.
We have a
blast
5-second
that
pun
at
delay.
5,000 watts. That was a fantastic pun. This is Silent Squee.
act with her funky additions, and she may have accidentally culturally appropriated instead.
Oh, I love
Hey,
that.
I dig that. I dig that. I dig that P-Funk hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the future is made of virtual
Oh,
insanity.
absolutely. Jamiroquai Pond. That's right. It's back.
Can we mute Chris?
No, actually, that is legitimately a Jamiroquai hat. It was mentioned in the email. That is a Jamiroquai hat.
Oh, nice.
It's actually pronounced Jamiroquai. Sorry, I just want to be clear.
It's not.
I'm sorry.
It's never been that.
It's pronounced Meta.
Yes. Great.
Here we
Beautiful.
go. And here is Schwartz and Merck. Now, along with a little
Oh, wow.
time-lapse
Look at
of it.
that.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa! Look at how funky.
Oh, and look, there's a third level coming in.
Oh, yeah.
This is a third. This is a portrait of a portrait of a portrait. Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's so cool.
Come on. All right. So we cannot see anybody except for Ethan and Mark and
Part of me.
And part of Chris, but we would love to hear from first of all the best artist in the world, Gary.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, life is nice. Don't kill yourself, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All artists,
Just for all of you.
if you could put your microphones on, we'd love to hear from you. Help us talk this one out.
I think these are all fantastic.
That doesn't help us at all.
Oh, do we have to pick? Is that what's happening?
You don't have to pick, but you gotta help. Yeah.
I've got an opinion.
Yeah.
Because I'm really into the metaphysical. Is this me creator? Yes, it is. Spot on. The artist asking the artist's creation if this is the artist, and the artist's creation answering back that yes, this is the artist.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
no question. This is solid work.
Yeah. Chris Wilcoxon's self-portrait. Did you had a thought? I think.
Yeah, I think there was just a couple things that stood out to me in a couple of the portraits. That I guess the blue and white ink. That one really spoke to me a lot. The sun really reminded me of a long time ago. There was a viral YouTube video called "I'm the Best," and if you don't remember how that sun just kind of like went along with the song, it was just glorious.
Please pause for a second. Mark, are you seeing this?
I'm seeing this.
Chris got turned into his art. That's what
I have
happened.
it front and center.
Chris, you are routinely bringing flash and pizzazz to this show, and I appreciate you for it. I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you. But please continue.
Okay, yeah. So that's the blue and white just really did a good job for me. I really love that is the creator. Yes, it is. For the struggles that I spoke about doing self-portraits, that really captured all the emotion that I have while doing the self-portraits. Silent squeeze, while yes, it might be a bit risque, with the cultural appropriation, it seemed to hit the realism aspect the most, so that was good. The fish, it had a really vibrant use of color, but then that got kind of blown out of the water, just by Schwartz and Merck's top. Let alone the rest of what happened in that art. So I do have to say I might be a bit biased towards Schwartz and Merckx. I do know him personally, so I don't think my vote should be taken with that much weight, but definitely try to give his art another look. That's all.
And Gary, could you let us know your thoughts about this, but in the
I wish you read my mind.
Of your excited son.
Oh. Can you see it?
I
Not
feel
yet.
like that's
We'll
less
just do it like
important.
it. So a couple of things off of the top. Speaking off of the top, love the hat, love the choice of the hat. Real nice, a lot of height, gives you a good prominence and stature over other people. Hey, listen, Funky, there's a saying in Italy, don't show me, baby, tell me, baby. So you telling me it's funky? I like it's funky, it's very nice, very sexy. Is this me creator? Yeah, same thing when I look in the mirror every time, every day. Oh, buongiorno. Disco ball, very sexy, very macho. I want to know what this guy's story is. Why color pop so big? And fishy, red fish, two fish, blue fishy. That is a slice of life. It is sliced to know ya, and I like the colors. Very nice. I like them all. They're very, very nice. Who wants to play saxophone? Eat the pizza.
Wow.
All right, Chris, Duffy, we have a minute to talk this out, and then we gotta end the show. So
I mean, first of all, I'm just blown away by the fact that the person who was apologizing for cultural appropriation is the person who drew the hat, and not that little boy. But that's
Well,
okay.
yeah.
That's okay. I mean, Maida could not have convinced me more. This is like the fact that the art is answering back, yes, this is you. I think that can't be stated enough that is just a pure work of genius. Every one of these is fantastic, but I do think that the art itself saying this is me, creator, we gotta go with that. Maida, I completely agree. That's got to be the greatest art here.
congratulations.
Wow.
Congratulations, April 5K. We're excited to have you back on the show. It's been about a month since we've had her on the show.
I'm excited to see your cat's butthole.
Yeah, I love that cat butthole, man. That is like what, like as
Chris,
far as
tune in
buttholes
next
go.
week. You're gonna love this butthole.
Yeah.
Okay, well, those are the words that's kind of my catch. That's my Banksy's catchphrase. Tune in next week. You're gonna love this butthole. I write that on all of my street art. So I'll be back, baby.
All right, so I'm having a tough time focusing, but congratulations. Congratulations, Gary Denoya, our greatest artist in the world, the best there is.
Can I just
Up
say
and down.
thank you so much for having me. It's nice to like have a big belly laughs with other people instead of by yourself. So I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun tonight, and I guess I'll be back defending the crown. So thank you.
Well, life is nice. Chris, Will Coxon, and Maida Gary, congratulations on your wins last week, and we hope to have you back on the show anytime you're able to suck up enough to a judge with your artistic skills to convince him or her that you deserve to be on the next stream. But thank you guys so much for coming on. You are both so much fun to talk with, and your art was outstanding this week. So thanks again. Congratulations, April. We're excited to have you back. Ethan, what are you looking forward to this week?
Oh, I thought you would ask me. That's so nice of you. Tomorrow night, Ethan's Television Workshop. Follow me on Twitch, Old Man and the Basement. We have an exciting episode tomorrow. My mom is coming on with a show that she wants to make about some of her mahjong buddies. And because it's about senior women, I've invited on Jim Colucci, the author of Golden Girls Forever, the unauthorized story of the Golden Girls, will be on to discuss it with my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there'll be
Wow.
but it's tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then if you have show ideas, come on, contact me. I don't know how yet. I have a Facebook group. You can Old Man in the Basement Facebook thing, and then tell me, and you can come on the show, pitch your show. We'll talk about it.
And I also have a plug as well. Got Hell's Talk Show, or Welcome to Hell, on Twitch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. We are talking some real geeky hell shit. Hell's Talk Show, right here on Twitch, 9 p.m. tomorrow night.
Looking forward.
And I will be watching NBA basketball 6 hours a day for the next 2 weeks. So enjoy that, everybody.
One
We'll be
last
back,
thing.
Yeah.
One last thing. Schwartz and Merc is going to be streaming right after this. We're going to be rating him if whoever wants to stick around and check out Schwartz and Merc do more art.
I hope you stick around for that, everybody. Until next time, my name has been Micah.
My name is Ethan, but it'll be that next time.
My name is Bono.
Good night.
Bye.